What is up everybody, welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. My name is Stu, I am the host of Osu News, the weekly show where we talk about the most important Osu news that happened during the week. After 2 weeks of no Osu News episodes, we are finally back. I was away in another country, specifically Turkey, but I will talk about that in later streams on twitch.tv/Stu. But for today's news episode, we have loads of interesting topics that happened the previous week. By the way, we're insanely close to hitting 20k subs on YouTube, so if you want to stay updated with the latest Osu News, then be sure to hit that sub button, it would really be appreciated. So, Corsace closed. This is a 1v1 tournament that is currently happening. In fact, last week during the weekend, the finals of the tournament was held that had a lot of interesting matchups. Just to name a few, we had Enry versus worst hard rock player, MCY4 versus Kriller, and Maliszewski versus Mrekk. Just so you know, from here onwards, there will be spoilers for every matchup that happened during this weekend, because the results are important to say the entire story, and I just can't avoid them in this scenario. So the first matchup that was happening on Sunday was Maliszewski versus Mrekk in the losers bracket, and it was the most hyped up match by far. Two pretty well-known players in the tournament scene going up against each other in the losers bracket of the tournament of all places. And obviously thousands and thousands of people were watching the stream waiting for the tournament match to start. However, 30 minutes into the stream and everyone was waiting for Mrekk to appear. Everyone was waiting and they were confused as to why the hell Mrekk is not showing up in the tournament match. In fact, they've been waiting for more than 15 minutes, and if you know tournament rules, then you would know that after 15 minutes of waiting for your opponent to show up, if they don't show up, then the match gets FF'd, making it an automatic win for the person that appeared in the match, which in this scenario would mean that Maliszewski would automatically win. However, the tournament hosts decided to wait just a bit longer to maybe see if Mrekk will show up, and while he did end up showing up after more than 20 minutes apparently, and the reason he was late is that apparently he overslept, but they ultimately decided to continue with the match, even though by their rules it should have been an FF. And because they decided to continue the match, they decided to punish Mrekk by not giving him any bans in the match. And because Mrekk overslept as well, he wasn't warmed up at all and he was underperforming a lot in the match itself, which at the end ended up being a 7-3 win to Maliszewski. This entire match was insanely controversial because it caused a lot of problems. The first and main issue a lot of people had with this matchup was the fact that they decided to continue the matchup and not FF and give the win automatically to Maliszewski. Essentially, the rules of the tournament weren't followed at all, and people think the reason this was the case was simply because they are top players. The second reason why people were so disappointed and mad about this decision was the fact that Mrekk simply wasn't warmed up at all and couldn't perform at his very best just because of the fact that he overslept. And another reason why a lot of people were mad about this entire situation was the fact that because of Mrekk being late in the tournament match and the stream being longer than it should have been, the main bracket match, which was Enry versus worst hard rock player, ended up not being streamed at all on the official Corsace closed channel while it was happening, so a lot of people missed out a lot on the live commentary. The match was recorded and then re-streamed on the Corsace closed channel with live commentary. However, people were still upset about the fact that it wasn't streamed live while it was still happening. A lot of people were blaming Mrekk directly for this entire situation, saying that him oversleeping during this entire match was insanely disrespectful towards the staff and the opponent that he was facing, which was Maliszewski. However, a lot of people were also defending Mrekk, saying that stuff like this happens and you just can't control it. Like most people, he didn't want to oversleep this match, and that the staff of the tournament could have handled things regarding this match way better to what it ended up being. Nonetheless, Mrekk did apologize for this entire situation on Twitter, where he said this: "Sorry, I know all of you wanted to see a hype match and all that. I wanted to make it close too, but I made a mistake and overslept my match. Please root for Maliszewski from now on because he deserves it," in which he was met with a positive response from the community as well. So yeah, that was the entire Mrekk Corsace close situation. What do you think? Do you think that this was rather controversial? Is there anyone here to blame, or is just this an entire accident? Let me know what you think down in the comments. But something that is also going to make you debate down in the comments is the fact that the Koko Soko $1,000 bounty for the first Hard Rock FC on the map was claimed. Now, ever since this bounty was announced on the 15th of December 2023, loads and loads of top players have been attempting to get this score and claim the $1,000 bounty. And of course, a lot of players have came close to getting the bounty but never managed to get it. The first notable instance of someone being close to getting the $1,000 bounty was Whitecat, who set a 3-miss run on the map with insanely good ag back 99.62% accuracy despite the misses. And another player who has been grinding this map to get the $1,000 bounty has been Bonk, who has set not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 separate hard rock chokes that were insanely close to the bounty. But after months, weeks, even days of grinding, at the end, Bonk managed to get the first ever FC with hard rock on Koko Soko, claiming the $1,000 bounty that was set on the map. He managed to get an FC with 99.85% accuracy, which means that he only got 3 100s on the map. But the most bizarre thing about this play is the fact that Bonk played like this during the entire map. This is pretty much how he plays Osu, and here is a clip of when he got the FC on stream.
It's over. It's over. It's over.
So yeah, massive congratulations to Bonk for getting this amazing score and claiming the $1,000 bounty that was set on the map. But something rather funny is the fact that Osu for some reason got absolutely broken by 2 or maybe 3 players, or it might be just one person. Nobody really knows, but it was such a rather funny case that everyone was freaking out about this. So 3 accounts on Osu by the name of Your Drunk Dad, Wi-Fi5GHZ, and that third username that I'm not going to pronounce were absolutely hacking Osu and broke the global leaderboards, but also the PP system as well. I mean, just take a look at this screenshot and look at the amount of PP they managed to get entirely. Mrekk got instantly dethroned by 2 French people and a person from the Netherlands. But that's not also the absurd part. The absurd part are the plays themselves. The PP amounts on the plays themselves are so huge that you can't even look at the title of the map. But apparently those weren't the only cheaters that got banned this week in Osu. So an Osu player by the name of Daza recently posted a tweet where he called out a player by the name of Gem for cheating in Osu after recently getting unbanned. Gem, instead of providing a live play for the accusations of him cheating, sent some of his friends to brigade the entire thread and claim that he's actually legit. Later on, after some people investigated some of his replays, they easily found some aim assist in his plays and loads of other blatant stuff in his plays, in which after getting posted on r/Osu report, they did indeed get banned. But let's get into some other important news that happened this week. Mrekk decided to play on Akatsuki Relax for a few hours and managed to set the second highest Relax PP play on the server. There is a new featured artist by the name of 633397. Dresurf, the rank 1 player in Mania, now has 29,000 PP in Osu. Mrekk managed to reach 27,000 PP in Osu. The dot on the Osu laser logo has been removed. Maliszewski now has 48 badges and he only needs 2 to become the most decorated player in Osu history. And finally, there was a full point interview made on Mrekk himself. But yeah, if you haven't watched the previous Osu news episode, then I suggest that you click the video that is on screen right now. There were loads of interesting topics on that week as well, so I do suggest that you check that video out. But until then, I'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye.